Everyone's doing amazingly well. Look at how good the E92 looks without the wing. Who's a fan of the no wing? Damn, dude. Car's looking nice. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. We are heading to the shop and it is Friday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week and you're about to have an even better weekend. Today's video, we are discussing the E92 M3. You guys will not stop messaging me, emailing me, asking me about the E92 M3 and if it is the car to buy in 2024 or even 2025. So we're going to talk a little bit about this car, the market, what I think is going to happen, and if it's worth it. You guys know how I feel about the E92 M3s, man. I love this car, like so much. I've had this one for 2 years now. Yeah, it's been 2 years. Kept this one around, man, and that should tell you a lot about the car in general because this one is just special, dude. In my opinion, if you are going to get one of these cars and you plan on hanging on to it and really like going through it and sorting it out and just making it a good example of what this car can be, I just don't know if it's worth getting rid of it because it's becoming really, really hard to find these cars in good condition. I would say the majority of the ones that I see in person are pretty rough, and especially in the market for like the ones that people are looking to buy, they just aren't looking so hot right now, man. And a lot of them have super high mileage. They're just not taken care of. They haven't sorted out the bushings, the suspension, some of the plastics, like just the things that go wrong with old cars that a lot of these cars, I mean, it takes a lot of money to get these to the point where they're solid again, you know? And that's the reality of owning any older car, really. So the market in general on these cars right now is pretty crazy. And I'm gonna be honest, I think they are too expensive right now, in my opinion, for how much people are trying to sell these for. Dude, some people are trying to sell these for like $30,000, $40,000. $40-some thousand. I saw one for $50,000. Granted, it had like low mileage, but that's absurd. And you know, I could see spending like $40-some thousand on like the perfect spec EAG E92 M3, you know, one that is like extremely low miles, like basically new, LCI, all that good stuff. That I could get. I could understand that if it was like a preserved model, but like all these ones that are on the marketplace that people are just buying up that have like, you know, 70 to 100,000 miles, and regardless of the year, man, like I just think they're overpriced. I mean, they're great cars, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love these cars, but people are trying to get way too much for them. You can spend a little bit more and get into like a newer BMW. It just doesn't really make sense to get like this older one. You just have to really like the older ones. I finally got a dash cam, which brings me to my next point. We have a sponsor for today's video. Today's video is sponsored by 70My. 70My has sent out their A500S dash cam. It also includes the HD rear camera bundle. This is their best-selling dash cam. It's the upgraded version with the superior performance. This has superior vision at night and under bad weather. 1944p HD resolution with Sony IMX335 image sensor. It has dual channel recording with up to 1944p front and 1080p rear cameras. It also has the 70My Night Owl Vision with 3D, DNR, and WDR. As far as smart functions go, it has ADAS for improved driving safety, built-in GPS, and real-time route tracking. It also has 24-hour smart parking guardian mode enabled by time-lapse recording. And as for the power cable, I just have it coming up right here. You could remove the console and the trim pieces and just have it come out somewhere inside of here. It's also USB, so if you have a newer car, you likely have a USB port that you can just plug this into. Sometimes you'll find those in the newer cars in glove compartments or right underneath glove compartments. Fortunately, this is a 2008 model and it does not have easy access like that. However, we can just use it like this and we now have power. The adapter also has an additional USB port for any other accessories you'd like to run. Front dash cam is in, rear dash cam is also in. Pretty clean install. Not too many visible wires. Really the only visible point is right here. So you'll see on the dash cam itself there's actually a screen, and we're going to run through and set everything everything up. Use the buttons right here, select. Right here, you'll see the different colored lights and what they mean. Right now we're on blue, so we're on standby. Then you can turn the screen off, the lower one. And then they give you a QR code, so you're going to want to download the app in order to use all the functions with this.
Please format SD card. Please calibrate the time manually.
Now we do have an SD card installed in this that is sold separately. We'll go ahead and format it.
Formatting successful.
So here's the screen right here, and obviously it's kind of tough to see on my camera, but it looks really nice. It's easy to tell what is what. Good definition. You can hit this.
Switch to rear-facing recording.
And now you have the rear-facing camera. You can see all of that. Let's say something were to happen last minute and you quickly needed to record something.
Start recording emergency video.
Emergency video recording. This is recording emergency video. So now I'm going to connect the camera to the phone via Wi-Fi, and I'm going to use the hotspot that is provided on the dash cam. Bam. Just like that, we have in the app the live feed of what is going on with my dash cam. So let's say something were to happen. Let's say I got into an accident, or let's just say I wanted to see the better details of what was actually happening on the camera without having to look on that little screen. I can just do so in my phone by downloading the app. Super easy. I can take a photo and it's going to save that into my gallery, so I have it on my phone. You can also change all the settings for the dash cam in the app, which is just a little bit easier than using the buttons on the dash cam. The footage looks really, really good on this dash cam. I'll go ahead and play some of that right now for you. So there you go, you guys. The E92 M3 is now equipped with a front and rear dash cam. Big shout out to everyone over at 70mi for sending out the 8500S front and rear dash cam. You guys, Black Friday and Cyber Monday is coming up, and there are going to be huge discounts on this dash cam. Use my discount code in the description, or you can find the discount code pinned in the comments. Make sure you take advantage of these deals. Use the link in my description. Use the discount code. Big shout out to 70mi for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back into it. So yeah, the prices are pretty freaking crazy on these cars. And, you know, if you look at like F80s and F82s, they're damn near cheaper. They're going for less than some of the E92 M3s, which is just crazy to me. And I know we've also seen a crazy bump in like the E46 M3s, like that. Those have gotten pretty expensive as well. And I think my prediction, you guys, I could be wildly incorrect on this, so don't like hold it against me, but my prediction is that in 2025, we're gonna start to see some of these cars come down in price. It's gonna be a little bit closer to like a buyer's market. I just don't know if right now is the time to buy one, unless you just come across one that is a good deal. I'm gonna say this right away. If you buy one of these cars, you definitely wanna have a little bit of experience working on your own car, have some tools, have a way to get wholesale parts, something like that, because they're gonna need a lot of work. And like the E92 M3s are not for the faint of heart. They are expensive, and they're still expensive. And obviously, you know, this one I haven't had any issues with it, but that's because I've done so much to it, you guys. Like, I've spent so much freaking money on this car. And if you guys are curious about the amount that I've spent, you can check out the build sheet that I have linked in all my descriptions and videos and on my website that literally has every single part that I've done on this car. Like, all of the maintenance. Dude, the maintenance list is ridiculous. Like, it would make most people faint if they saw that. And you're never gonna get that money back. You know what I mean? Like, you look at these cars from like a financial aspect, they are such a waste of money. But if you're a car guy like me, it's worth it, because I just love these cars. I love these cars. It's my job. It's my hobby. And I would never trade it for anything in the world. It doesn't matter how much I spend on it. It's just got more sentimental value to me than it does from like a monetary value type thing. So these cars, you know, if you're looking to get into this car and think like, oh, I'm just gonna flip it or make money on it, it's definitely not the platform for you. In my opinion. I mean, maybe you could get away with something like that, but I just think that these cars are, yeah, they're a lot. They're a lot to purchase, they're a lot to maintain, and they're expensive on gas, and they're older, and so everything about them is a little bit more prehistoric. But if you're into that sort of thing, then, you know, maybe it's worth it. I'm at 101,000 miles right now. So I've had this car since, let's see, I put about 9,000 miles on this car since I bought it. And yeah, nothing but smiles the whole time. I mean, I definitely have had, in the beginning, it was a rough road because this car was in such bad condition, but did a really good job of bringing this car back to life. And, you know, I've had some crazy offers for this car, man, like in the 30s, even in close to the 40s on this car. And I think that's just because it's the manual and it's the single hump and all that. But I just can't, I can't get rid of it, you guys. I can't. It's not about the money for me. It's more than that. And like, you know, the amount of money that I've put into this thing, dude, I'll never see that amount of money if I sell this car. So it's like, I might as well just freaking keep it until, you know, my son, I can give it to my son someday or something like that. So once we get through like the financial part of it, what it means as far as money is concerned, and if it's worth it, you know, it's like I said, probably not worth it. But if we're going to talk about the emotional side, the feeling side of it, well, then it's worth it, man. It's worth it. I mean, it's a V8. It's the last naturally aspirated V8 M3 that we are ever going to see, or we ever got from BMW. And, you know, like I said before, like we're seeing less and less clean examples of these. So if you can get your hands on one and it's either clean or you can clean it up and make it nice again, then you kind of have a hidden gem. And that's the cool thing about these cars, you know, and like as the newer ones come out, there's just something still super special about these older cars. There's still that feedback. There's still that connection to the road. It's, you know, I get into a G80 M3. Like I was hanging out with my buddies the other day. He had a G82 CSL. And then my other friend who had an F87 M2, and like just driving those cars, and like even the G series cars, like you get into it, we were talking about this, you get into it and you just like turn the wheel so easily. Like everything is just so easy in that car. And even my buddy who has the G80 CS, he's like, dude, I went to the Dragon and it was like boring in the G80. And he's got a bunch of cars, you guys. Like he's had every single M car you can think of. But I was talking to him, he's like, yeah, it was just like super boring, you know? He was just taking business calls the whole time while he was like just going through, just diving through the Dragon. And basically he was just saying like the car drives for you. Like it's just kind of freaking boring. And I get that. I get that sentiment. Like I understand why people feel that way. Like they're bigger cars, they're super electronic, there's all of this assist going on. Like they're very easy to drive. With that being said, they're also very easy to crash too because they make so much power. I've been able to drive a lot of the G series cars on the track and like really push them to the limit, and they're an absolute blast to drive. I think that you really have to like have them on the rivet to fully enjoy them. But there's something about driving this car on a track versus like driving the G series car on the track. Like you have to drive this thing, dude. Like this car demands you to drive it. Like you cannot just let this thing do its thing. Like you have to be in control of this car. And with the G series cars, like it really is, that car just sort of is doing a lot of the hard work and the heavy lifting for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the sign of the times. Like I just watched a video on the G90 M5, and you know, the car's really fast and the car's obviously like crazy power and torque, and it's big, right? Like it's super heavy, which is the other complaint that we have a lot with a lot of these like newer cars. But they're just kind of like, they've lost that sort of special element with a lot of these cars. Now, the one G series car that I will say I have completely fallen in love with is the G87. That's the one car that, you know, in the beginning, man, I ate my words with that, dude. I was so completely wrong with that car. I think a lot of people were, but like the photos that were leaked from BMW or whoever worked at BMW, the photos that were leaked while they were making that car were just, they didn't really do that car justice. And it first came out and it was difficult to get used to that one. But man, after seeing that car more and in person and well done, like with simple, tasteful mods, I am head over heels for it, you guys. The E92 M3, like I get into this car after driving those cars all day, and I'm still not like, oh, I have a newer car, I don't need the older one anymore. I'm still like, no, there's something really special about the heartbeat of the E9X generation. And you know, like I love my E82, like my little 135, and there's just something special about these older little cars, dude. And I know that we've said it time and time again on this channel about having these older cars with more soul and more connection, and there's a lot of truth to that. And I don't think that that's going to go anywhere. I think that, you know, we look at the E39 and the E30 and E36 and E46, and we love those cars because they're like so old and like special and different and unique than they're just different than the newer cars, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, I think these cars are worth it. I think these cars are worth it from a feeling and emotional standpoint and what you're going to get out of the car. But if you're going into this for like from like a financial aspect, or like you're trying to buy something that you think is going to be reliable, because I do get a lot of messages from people who are like, oh, like, you know, do you think this is good for my first car? And I'm like, bro, heck no. Like, please do not buy this for your first car. It's an older performance car. It takes a lot of money and a lot of work to get it right. I mean, can you get lucky? Sure. Can you drive it with it being all messed up? Sure. But it's just going to make it worse. And in my opinion, with these cars, you know, they're good as like secondary cars, or like your weekend car or your track car or something like that. This is really where these cars shine. The other question that I get often is manual or DCT. And this is a really difficult one for me. I love both, and in an ideal world, I would own both. I think the DCT is really, really good in the E92, E9X platform in general. I had an E90 that was DCT, and I just freaking loved that car, dude. And after having a manual one for 2 years, I really do miss having a DCT one. Like in the future at some point when I have the room and I have the space, I would definitely like to have another DCT version. And I feel like for the track, DCT would be the move. If you were a big track junkie, DCT is the way to go with that car. So if you're gonna pick, you know, manual or DCT, it just depends on what your vibe is and like what you're into and what you plan on doing with the car. You know, like manual is super fun in these older cars. It's very direct. You get all the feeling and more emotion out of the car, and you feel more hands-on and more in control. And the DCT is a little more like trackish, I guess you could say. It's still super rowdy and still super engaging, but it's just a different style of driving. Perfect world, I'd have both, because I think both are extremely good, but it would be difficult for me to be like one or the other, you know what I mean? My recommendation, go drive both, see which one you like the best, and go from there. Year, yeah, it really just depends on what you want. Like, you know, LCI, do you really need the LCI? Does that matter to you? This is a 2008, so it's the first year model that they released. And yeah, I mean, I also had an LCI E90, and I don't know, I mean, I guess there's not really that many big differences in the cars, but for some people that's a deal breaker, you know, like they want like to have the latest one that they ever released, and I get it, I totally get it. When it comes to maintenance, you know, rod bearings and valve covers and Vanos caps and all the stuff, no one ever talks about the main bearings. The main bearings are a bigger culprit than the rod bearings, but I mean, obviously the main bearings is like a really, really big job. Let's see, what else? So all the usual culprits, right? Like valve covers. I mean, God, you could just go through my maintenance list, man, and like everything that's on there. The thing is, like, it doesn't really matter. These cars are just older at this point. These cars are just older at this point, and things have to get replaced. Like everything, man, you got to address it all. But even for being a car from 2008, man, this thing drives so freaking good. It's crazy how good this car drives. It's so fun, you guys. Like, it's not the fastest, but you can have all of it all the time. Like, you can just full gas this thing all the freaking time, because it doesn't make a lot of torque and it doesn't make a lot of power. There's something to be said about that that's like kind of enjoyable, you know? Like, I can't full gas a G80 M3 all the time. Like, that thing would get sent into a light pole because they make so much freaking power. But this car, have at it. Have your way with it, all of it, all the time, any corner. Like, just, they're so good. They're so good. And they really come to life at like 6,000 RPMs, you know what I mean? So that's kind of my thought with the E92 M3s, the E9X market right now. I think it's super, super overpriced, in my opinion, for the cars, like from a financial aspect. But, you know, if you can get one in the 20s, like, they're worth it. You just want to make sure it's a decent model. I just feel like there's so many clapped out ones, dude. And like, I see the ones on Facebook Marketplace, I'm like, Jesus Christ, car needs like 40 grand to be like, you know, where I would consider it to be like a decent car. And I'm a bit picky, I'm a bit anal when it comes to some of these cars. Pause, no diddy. But, you know, I like my car sorted, man. I want it to drive good. I want to have a good experience when I own these cars. And that's really why I spend so much time and money, like, just getting these cars sorted out, dude, because For me, in order to have a good experience with a car, with the way that it was intended, I want everything to be relatively newish. So yeah, that's just, in my opinion, the best way to actually enjoy these cars. So fun, dude. Like I'm telling you, man. Get yourself an E92, boys and girls. Such a good car. So that's what I mean by, like, you can have all of it all the time. It's not the fastest car. You know, I don't even know what this car makes. It's on a Stage 2 Evolve tune. It's got exhaust, it's got, you know, even Venturi intake, plenum. I don't even think that makes any power, but it's just like, it also has the Dynon underdrive pulley, which I always forget about. But yeah, you know, I don't care, man. Like, I drive a supercharged one of these and it makes like 500 wheels, super fun, great place to be with that car, but could be risky on the motor if you're getting it real hot. This car, like, I feel like I can just drive it and enjoy it with all the power it has, and I don't really have to worry about it. And yeah, I mean, proof is in the pudding, man. Like, I've been driving this thing solid for 2 years now, and for a while there, for like a year, I freaking daily drove it. Like, I daily drove it until I got to the point where I was like, I need to buy something else, and I ended up picking up the wagon. If you have the opportunity to buy one of these, and you don't have to spend a lot of money, I think it's worth it, man. I think that these are going to be they already are really special, but I think that they are going to be really special in 5 years or so from now. And if you can find one and really, you know, restore it and get it back to like a healthy place, you have a real gem on your hands. I think if you're really looking for one of these, I think 2025 is going to be the year, man. I think you guys, if you're interested, just wait it out. I feel like we're like on the cusp of a buyer's market here. I could be completely freaking wrong. I feel like we're on the cusp of a buyer's market, and I'm ready. I'm ready. I got cash, dude. I'm ready to roll into a new car. So not a new car, but the next car. And I'm ready to pounce, man. And I'm just hoping that we see some changes with the market here. I just feel like we might. I feel like we might. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Just trying to answer some questions. You guys are always shooting me questions in the DMs. Another one that I get is comparing the E92 M3 to the 1M clone. The 1M clone is still at the wrap shop. I've been waiting for it for like 2 weeks now, but I should be getting it back soon. And when I get it back, I will do that video. I'll drive them back to back, and we'll see how I feel about them, you know, because I do have to actually drive them like one after another in order to give you that experience. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Appreciate 70 Mi for sponsoring today's video. Check out the link in the description, but we will see you in the next one. Peace.